true test, in my humble opinion, of quality. If you're coming to buy a property in the Dubai market, regardless at what level you're buying, the affordable, the mid-range, the high-end, luxury or ultra-luxury, you're going to want to have quality built into the asset, the property. Yes or no? Now the trick is, there is the quality that everybody speaks about, and there is the true test of quality being delivered. In the Dubai market, which one's more true? I've got a decade and a half of experience here, so I've seen everything. Let me share with you my opinion, my experience, a few suggestions that you might keep in mind as you go through the process. If this video helps you, press the like, subscribe and bell icon, and share it with your friends and peers and family. They might find it beneficial as well. If you want to work with me to buy a property, there's a link below. Hit it, click it, let's talk. All right, guys, welcome back. Again, if you're looking to purchase a property in the Dubai market, there is a link below. You can reach out to me. We as a team can help you. I've got a team of advisors happy to help you go through the process through our Dubai Wealth Builder Services program, okay? Now, when you're coming into the Dubai market, there's going to be a lot of claims on quality, whether you're buying in the affordable, the mid-end, the high-end, the luxury, or the ultra-luxury. Each has its own level, granted, because the amount of money you're paying, you can expect that's the amount of quality you're going to get. That's fine and fair, right? But are you going to truly get that quality? With a decade and a half of experience, I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown of what generally gets spoken for, what gets sometimes delivered, and then what can be your true test. I'm going to give you 2 points before the end of the video that you really want to focus on to be able to get that real essence of what's going to get delivered. This especially applies in the off-plan category, okay? So properties that you're buying under construction. So the first thing is you're going to have the verbal claims, okay? You're always going to have verbal claims. Now, the verbal claims or the verbal promises come from agents who are selling, brokers who are selling, the developers, sales agents who are selling, right? Now, sometimes these claims are based on actual fact, which means that the developer is known to deliver quality. So it's very easy for the broker to tell you, like, look, they've already done quality, they're going to deliver you decent, good quality. Sometimes a developer might not have done amazing quality, but the broker is going to say, no, the future development is going to be absolute pristine quality, okay? It's a lot of verbal promises. Can you rely on that? I would say, look at the tenure of the agent and a broker in the market. If they've been in the market 5+ years, generally speaking, they know that being light with the truth is not going to help them. So they will generally give you proper, straightforward advice, okay? This is not to say anybody who has less than 5 years experience is bad or dishonest. No, they're not. But you're just looking for more experience, okay? Then comes the marketing materials, okay? Again, just to let you know that the Real Estate Regulatory Agency has in their rules and regulations that any developer that is promising something in the marketing materials must deliver that, okay? So the marketing collateral isn't just some flimsy thing that is advertised and then you shouldn't have to or don't have to deliver. However, I would be a little cautious about marketing materials, okay? I'm not going to speak about the developers in the Dubai market, but have you ever seen one of those videos where they take, like, the top fast food brands are taking videos of that perfect cup of coffee and they need bubbles, so they put liquid detergent in there. And so the coffee looks perfect. And if you go in to buy that cup of coffee, it doesn't look that perfect sometimes, right? So you've got to be a little bit wary of marketing materials and take them with a pinch of salt. I generally, when I'm working with my clients, I'll tell them, listen, whatever is being promised and shown in the marketing materials, if it was 30% less, yeah, like I remember about 5 years ago, there was this one development and the amount of amenities that were being promised in that building were amazing. Like, golf course, swing, simulator, business meeting pods. This was the pandemic, so a lot of people wanted to work from home, so on and so forth. So and he said, like, look, is it going to have all of this? And I said, well, yes, most likely. I'm sure that the developers are promising all of this in good earnest. I would just say to you, though, take 30% away, look at 70% and say, are you still happy with this, right? Okay, does that make sense? Then comes the actual materials, okay? What do I mean by the actual materials? They've got show boards, okay? They're called show boards, I believe, which have actual materials pinned or stuck to them. So you can feel a small tile that this is how the floor is going to be. You can rub your finger on it, see what it looks like, look at the material, so on and so forth. This is one way of understanding what quality might be getting delivered to you. Then you've got the appliances, okay? So those who know, they know. As I said, look, you're in different categories when you're buying, right? So you could be in the affordable, nothing wrong with that. That's amazing as well in Dubai. You could be in the mid-end, amazing, high-end, mid-end quality, high-end quality, affordable quality, luxury, ultra luxury, okay? So those who know about ultra luxury appliances, they will expect in the luxury and the ultra luxury category, those appliances need to be put in. I'm not going to name any, but you know if you know, right? Last but not the least, you're going to have show apartments, okay? What can they do? And none of this is bad. Like, all of this is not marketing gimmick. It's actually really true, right? Because if a developer is starting a development here and they've never delivered in Dubai before, how are they going to tell you what quality they're delivering? They're going to show you showboards. They're going to show you the material, right? Because their team thought about what kind of designing they need to do. Then they thought, okay, well, this is the material we're going to acquire. Tell the contractor to put it in, right? The show apartment, when the developers have the luxury to make show apartments, they will do two types of show apartment. One will be in their office, okay? Why this is easier is because if people come to look at a sales presentation in their office, they can kind of like just open a door and say, look, this is what our apartment will look like. You can have a look. Please go ahead and see. And then you can go in and see. And then all's hanky-dory and you can actually judge it. The other times, they will actually building in the building, okay? So they will do it in the building itself, okay? The building thing is a little bit complicated sometimes because obviously if the building's gotten off ground, then you can only do it either on the ground floor or the first floor. So it doesn't always give you the full view and everything, but you do get to taste really the quality that they're putting into the building sometimes because it's more realistic than the office. Okay, now all of this said and done, verbal claims, marketing materials, actual materials, appliances, show apartments, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember I told you how does quality actually come about? Here's what it is. It's quality materials. Okay, so I think I've spelled it right, materials, plus, this is critical, and how did I learn about this? Here's a story, okay, story time. I learned about this with one of my super trained investor who was in the business of materials, and we went to one of these high-end, ultra luxury, high-end apartments. We're talking $10 million plus. Okay? And he said, look, even though the quality is amazing of the material, the workmanship was lacking. Okay? So the workmanship, what does this mean? Like, think about this, okay? If you took amazingly expensive marble from the best quarry in the world, wherever that might be, and you gave it to me and you said, okay, fill up this floor with marble, put it up. And you gave me the exact pieces the way they're supposed to go here. But me having no experience putting marble, I'm probably not going to do a very good job. So the key critical thing is you've got to have skilled workmanship, right? And then you will get the promised quality. Because you could have the best quality materials, but if it's not skilled workers putting it together, the end result's not going to not just be appeasing to the eyes, but it's not going to come out really, really good. Does that make sense? And then quality obviously goes beyond the materials into the piping and all of that, right? I'm not even going there. Now, the critical thing is, or the critical thing could be, is how do you know that you're getting good quality? So what's the true test? Simple, okay? This video is now coming to an end. Do you want to know the true test? Okay, it's very easy. It's the true test is you actually visit, okay? So you will visit an actual project done by the developer. You'll walk into the lobby. The concierge will be sitting at a desk. You will look at where he's sitting, the chair. You will smell the lobby, right? Some of the good new developments have nice signature smells in the lobby, which is, I think, a must today in Dubai. You'll walk into the elevators, you'll see the scratches, okay? So, and this is after 1, 2, 3 years, right? If the building's 1 year old, 2 years, trust me, I've been to buildings which are 5 years old. You walk in, you feel that they were just absolutely handed over 1 year old. You'll walk in the corridors. So if the corridors have good ventilation systems, you'll be able to smell no food, because people live in buildings and they cook, right? So you'll smell no food and so on and so forth, right? The other thing is you'll look at online reviews. Like I generally go to Google reviews and it gives me, if I'm evaluating a new developer, or if I need to tell somebody this is a good developer, I will look at Google reviews because it gives me a very good wide array of reviews from people who are actually living there, right? With a decade and a half of experience in the Dubai market, I can pretty much tell you with a developer, the name, the background, where they started. I probably know the owner or the vice president. And it's pretty much, it's my sixth sense. I can thin slice it and tell you immediately. But still, if you're doing this on your own, then these are the things you want to do. You want to visit the apartment or the townhouse, see how the community is being kept, how clean it is, what are the amenities there, and the actual apartments inside. Go inside and visit, right? The other is you look at Google reviews to know about the quality of the developer, what they're delivering. Again, if this has helped you, hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon, and I'd love for you to actually share this video with others. Also, keep in mind that if you're looking to purchase a property in the Dubai market, there is a link below. You can click it, work with me, and I'd be happy to help you. Bye for now.